All right, Mark, Jennifer, welcome to the podcast. How you guys doing today?
Great. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, Brandon. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys taking the time. Before we kind of jump into it and start talking about everything, would love to hear a little bit more about both of you, kind of your backgrounds and, kind of how you guys got to where you are now. So maybe you guys can just take turns each diving into that a little bit.
Ladies first, Jen. You're the star of the
Well,
show.
I'm sure Mark, yeah, well, I'm sure Mark and I had a very similar upbringing and probably had the same experiences to
Hmm.
get us to here. No, we probably couldn't be more different in the fact that that's why it's kind of a beautiful marriage. I come from total art space and always wanted to be an actor. I've been an actor for I think 30 years now. I started when I was very tiny. Um, but I've been in the business a long time, and I finally decided that, you know, when you're an actor, you're kind of hired to say someone else's words. And I felt like I was always very frustrated in that space. And I felt like I had a lot more to say. And seeing the world around me and different inequalities in the business and in life. And I just thought, you know what, Jennifer, stop complaining about things, do something about it. So I wrote a script that got very well received, and then we tried to get funding, and through the craziness of the business and all that that entails, and we can go into that, I guess, later. But that's actually how I met Mark, because what he's doing with this new platform is kind of revolutionary. So I'll let him talk about that. But that's how we came to be at this point.
Got it.
Yeah, and Jen's actually not giving herself credit. We might come from two different backgrounds, but she has absolutely become this crypto queen. The things that she now knows how to do and
Thank you.
trading stocks and trading crypto. She's more, I think, finance than arts nowadays, at least.
I
So
love
I
it.
come from a little different background than Jen. Uh, I am a 30-year Wall Street veteran, and my focus for the last several years have been crowd financed underwritings and investment banking activities. And what I mean by that in plain English is that here in the United States, the government changed the way companies can create capital formation and raise capital. One of them being crowdfunding, the other one being Reg A Plus, which enables basically fans and investors of all types to be able to invest and be a part of movements and own pieces of companies that they have passion for. I did the first, in fact, the only two onto the New York Stock Exchange. I did several onto NASDAQ. One of the big ones that some of your fans might be familiar with here, actually, it's a global brand now, is Fatburger and Johnny Rockets and Hurricane Wings, and just that company recently bought Twin Peaks. So I use that methodology where it was always that the Wall Street elite got opportunities to invest in deals and the everyday average person didn't. And what we've used now is basically an integration between Silicon Valley and Wall Street, where we created a platform called Upstream that allows everybody around the world to be able to participate and to be able to buy into opportunities, whether it's actually owning a piece of stock, which is available to international investors and in some circumstances to some US investors, but also the ability to buy NFTs that are much more than just a piece of art. And Jen will talk probably a little bit about those NFTs later, because the ones that we're doing are absolutely phenomenal in terms of imagery and what they represent. But everyone around the world, whether you're in the United States or overseas, can own a piece of this NFT and be a part of the movement.
Very cool. Yeah, it's very exciting what NFTs are, able to, help do nowadays and the utility behind them. I'm sure both of you understand them very, very well. And it's really cool to see them being implemented into film and into new shows and different unique ways. And I know that you guys are kind of doing that with Fresh Kills as well. And I've heard a little bit about it, but would love for you guys to explain like what this is exactly.
Yeah,
Jen, this is
absolutely.
Jen's
I mean,
story.
first of
It's
all,
her
if I
Okay.
can,
vision.
yeah, if I can say, Brandon, to me, um, really understanding, and of course I'm learning along with everyone else, but the idea of NFTs, to me, it's like every artist everywhere should be really understanding what this is, because this is your freedom. Like, this is your freedom, whether it be a musician or a fine artist or filmmaker. This is your freedom. Every artist knows to get their work to the public, there are so many roadblocks. There are roadblocks at every turn, and it becomes all about money. And us being artists, it's like, it's very hard to navigate. The fact that you can go directly to the people and say, hey, if you like this product, here's an NFT based on the project. And if you like that and you own that, and then we go and fly with this project together, you make money, I'll make money, and the middleman that's taking the money is kind of gone. And listen, there's nothing wrong with how everything has been going, but the problem that we have arose to is that the powers that be stay in power, and everybody else kind of struggles to maintain. I know so many artists that feel ripped off, or not being able to have their own say in their own projects, stuff like that. So to me, if you are an artist, you need to pay attention to this NFT space. It's really, really important. And that's what I love about this project, because I'll tell you quickly. So my project is called Fresh Kills. It's a movie that I wrote and will be directing, and I am in it. And I'm helping produce, and I'm going to cater it. No, I'm only kidding. I just have so many titles, but honestly, it's my baby. I love it. I have two other amazing producers. And I was getting a lot of pushback, whereas people love the script in the industry, but I kept being told who's the male lead. And it's basically about women, and what it's about. It's, we all love the classic mafia genre movie. Well, we've never seen that from the female perspective. I kind of grew up around that area, and it was just something that had stayed with me. And I just thought, I really want to express this side of this genre that we all love, but no one's ever seen. And it was mind blowing to me. And even when I brought the script out, it was incredible, because I got so much like, oh my God, we've never seen this before. And to hear that from Hollywood, it's like, pretty much everything's been done. We're remaking everything right now, as you know. So it was pretty incredible. And it was like, really love the script, but who's the male lead? And it was like, and who's the male director? And it was like, well, I'm the director, and the male lead, there isn't. It's a female lead. There's men in it, of course, but they're not the leads. And that caused an issue. It was like, no one really realizes that that's what greenlights your movie. So we were offered like good amount of money, but if you got those 5 guys, or if you got those 6 guys, and it was like, and then we would have had to pay them like 90% of what the girls were getting, and they were the ones doing all the work. And it was like, I can't go to rallies about equality and then do that. Like, so it just felt really wrong to me. And I thought, how can we change this? And listen, I'm not calling anybody out. It's just, it's a system. It's the way it works. And you would be surprised. They also go through what do you call it? A log. I'm forgetting the word, but it's like a system where you put your name in, it sees who comes up, and that's the way they cast things now. And it was just incredible to me. So then when we found out what Mark was doing, it just seemed like such a perfect fit. And like I said, it gets the product to the people. It gets the product to the people to say, what do you want to see? And in this case, not only would you be helping us make a great film, you can actually reap the rewards from it, financial rewards from it, as you're buying shares all over the globe. If you're in America, you have to be accredited. So what we did, we created NFTs for those people. So they're going to go up in value when we sell the movie, then you can go trade them. I mean, there's so much opportunity here. And so, this is this is not only about me and my film. We're going to give 5% back of what we make to the next female film coming behind us. So this has always been a passion of mine, and to be able to facilitate it with a platform like Mark's is like a dream come true.
Yeah, first of all, I love the passion. You got me all excited about it now. Like I really want to see it.
Thank you. Oh, I'm
Of course.
excited.
At the same time, Mark, maybe you can help answer this question too. How has Horizon and what you guys are doing with Upstream helped kind of make this come to fruition?
So the one thing that we were able to create is a safe environment that investors from around the world can transact in. So the DeFi, the movement, everything about blockchain is all about being anonymous and being able to transact without anybody knowing. And that's great, and we support that. But what we've been able to do is create an environment where we're actually selling equity ownership in a company. So these are securities. Some of the terms that people use are security token offerings or IEOs. I don't like to use any of those terms. This is an IPO. It's powered by the blockchain, but it's a true IPO of equity ownership in a film. So investors have the opportunity to download an app, go through a light touch KYC, and be able to know that they're actually buying into something that potentially could pay them significant returns. The way we structured it is the investors get 110% of their money back before Jen or any of the production team makes a dime. So investors are treated upfront first, and they get a 10% return. And after that time, then they own 25% of the film and everything that the film is able to produce and make. So it's a great opportunity because if this offering is only $3.5 million, it's available now. Investors can come in and buy it now by downloading the app. But if they miss out and they want to buy this at a later date, they can, because it's traded on Upstream, which is a national stock exchange. It is a regulated marketplace that the investors can buy and sell at any time. So if Jen's out and she's going to win all the awards we hope she's going to win, and the film is going to be this great success, and an investor decides they want to sell, they have the right to. But the person who missed the opportunity can come in and buy it at a later date and still reap the benefits. And it goes on forever. So as the company goes into distribution and then eventually onto television and the royalty checks come in, investors continue to get paid. All the investors' money is held here in the United States in an FDIC insured account. So investors are protected too, that they don't have to worry about the exchange disappearing or the money disappearing or something like that happening. Because as I said, unlike a lot of these other markets, it's a fully regulated stock exchange.
Got it. What stage is this in right now? Are people able to actually go invest in this movie at the moment? Are you guys still raising funds?
Yeah, live. We just went live with it. The demand has been strong. Investors are interested. Everyone's recognizing that this is not only an investment, but it's a movement. It's the way to change Hollywood and the way things get financed. And it's a great way to support a movement around women's rights issues and being able to support Jen and her vision. And as she mentioned, investors can come in and own NFTs, so you get perks. And this is actually, Jen, we didn't really talk about this, but this is something, it was one of Jen's great ideas, to be able to allow investors who own the NFTs to be a part of the movement, much more than supporting, but actually be an executive producer or walk the red carpet or come to a premiere party. And all the investors get downloads to the movies and links and movie posters. And then for some NFTs, you actually get to be in the film. So it's an opportunity. If you want to break out and become famous, you can get a role.
I like that. That's a really interesting angle. Jen, can you explain more how NFTs are going to be incorporated?
Yeah, so I did some research and found that that some of the biggest NFTs, artists were all male, and that it was kind of a harder platform to jump in for females. So I found an award-winning female artist named Gala from Madrid, and we started chatting, and I said, listen, read the script. Tell me what you feel, because her work was so outrageous. And because I was like, I'm not going to just put up some stick drawings, NFTs. I want artwork. I want to feel what I feel in the movie, because this movie is really powerful. And I want to be clear, it's not a women's movie. It's about everybody's born into a box or a slot, either born into it or put into it by society. It's what you do to try and break free from that. You could stay there and be quiet your whole life, or you can break out of the box you were put into. That's what the movie's about. So as she read it, she had such a strong feeling for it that she created 5 NFTs for us that I'm serious. We were, when we showed Mark, it was like, oh, this is real artwork. Like it's so beautiful. It's really incredible. And I want to go back to what you were saying, like, not only are we live and you can get in now, I would get in sooner rather than later, because I want people to have a part of this. I want people to, and people are coming and getting excited, but we want it to win, and we want it to win quick. And why I say that is because if this wins, it proves a point that we need a different road. We need a different road for funding. We believe that all voices matter. We believe that female content means something, and there is an audience for it. So I'm really not joking when I say all of my artist friends, all my female friends who've ever went to a rally or got upset about the inequality, who've ever been paid less than their male counterpart, which I have probably in every single job I've ever taken. This is what you do. This is what you do, because if this wins, it proves a point that it's needed. So I ask every one of your listeners, because you can get in for $25. Like it's more than a movie at this point. Like Mark said, it's a real push to say, you know what, it's more than like a great tagline. It's more than a movie. It's a movement. It's more than that. I mean, I won't get into all of it, but it's really my belief that what comes into our homes through our screens is directly related to how our world is. And how our world is, it needs some help with between everything that we've seen in the last couple of years. Like if you were asleep before, you got to be awake now. So it's a way of saying, I want my content to be better. I want it to look like my neighbor. I want it to look like me. I want it to be okay to be a female and be aging and be a man and be, there's so many stereotypes that were given to us through our televisions. They're coming into our homes and they're dictating who we are, what we feel about ourselves and what we feel about our neighbor. And that needs to change. So that's why I ask everyone to get involved.
And Jen and Brandon, we made it really easy, because one of the things about our app is, and obviously this is a podcast for people that understand DeFi and the blockchain and how to navigate, but the rest of the world really don't understand it. So we tried to make it as simple as possible, where you come in, you open an account with light touch KYC, but then you can buy using your credit card or debit card via PayPal or PayPal directly. You can buy using regular cash, and you can also buy using cryptocurrency in the form of a USDC stablecoin. But you don't have to deal with some of these other sites that are out there where you have to learn how to convert your dollars and your fiat into an ETH, and then having to use MetaMask and all these things. You just want to be able to download, hit buy now, and use your credit card, and 30 seconds later own it. That's what we've been able to create. We've been able to democratize the internet, democratize the blockchain for everybody else who's novice and new at this, but wants to own an NFT and wants to own a beautiful piece of art. As Jen said, Gala is an award-winning artist. It's much more than just a utility to be in the film. It's something you can proudly display in the metaverse and be able to show everybody this beautiful piece of art that will hopefully at some time in the future become the collector's item we expect it to be.
It absolutely will. And I'm going to go one step forward to say you can then move it to OpenSea and trade it. Like there's a possibility there. And Mark can tell you more, that there's no gas fees on Upstream, which is insane, as you know.
Yeah.
I love it. This is a fantastic project. I think this is a fantastic use case potentially for Hollywood and actors and actresses. Jennifer, from your perspective, do you think that this is something that can really help maybe change Hollywood in a lot of ways, and also for women in Hollywood as well?
Brandon, I I can't even tell you. I don't think I've had a full night's sleep in 5 months since I've met Mark, because I'm going to tell you something, and I'm not very into like the manifestation, but I do believe in the power of conviction. And as you can tell, I am someone who has strong convictions. And about a year and a half ago, I created a crowdfunding video. And because I said to my producers, we can't keep going down the same road and keep asking an old Hollywood structure to change. They're not changing. It works for them. We need an alternative. Stop complaining, figure out what that alternative is. And so I was like, it's crowdfunding, it's sourcing, it's going to the people. So I have one part of it, and that's not new. But when Mark came in and showed this other part, I'm so serious. I truly believe this, and my producers as well. That's why, I mean, one of my producers was one of the producers of Good Time with the Safdie brothers. We all three have been in this business for a long time. The other one is a filmmaker who did a movie called Pimp. We've all been around this for a long time, and we all dropped everything and was like, this could change everything. This could disrupt everything. Not that anybody's looking to change. Like I said, no one has to change anything. This is an alternative. This is an alternative road for all voices, for every voice. Because I will tell you honestly, Brandon, if I had a male wanting to direct, which I had two males that wanted to direct this film, this movie would be in the can already. That shouldn't be. That shouldn't be. So I do believe that this can change things.
I totally agree. It feels like a new decentralized Hollywood in a lot of respects, where it gives everyone like new options.
And Brandon, the big boys are taking notice. I've been taking calls all week from major studios that are recognizing that the world is changing. People aren't going to movies anymore. There's streaming content. There's the evolution we're seeing. I mean, McDonald's announced an NFT. I mean, it's
my
the
God,
future.
I heard that today. Oh my God.
And they're recognizing, because you use the crowd. The crowd are the ones that basically are going to be your viewers. It's fan engagement. It's connecting. And we didn't talk about this, but some of the technology that we built is that in 18 seconds, an NFT can be created on our app from anywhere in the world by any consumer who uploads a photo or image. But now take that to Hollywood. So you're filming a new film, you get an action scene, you have something that happens, and the director of photography takes a picture, boom, and a minute later, that's an NFT. That's going to happen on Jen's set. People are going to be able to see live action events and things that are happening on the movie that will be an NFT and a collector's item. And that's really what we're starting to see.
And I have to say, I always get squirmish with the word fan, because to me, when people would come up to me and say, "Oh, I'm a fan," it's like I don't believe anybody should be over anyone. And I think that's why I have so much problems in society, because it's the way it is. I don't believe that. I don't think that's okay. To me, it's going to the people, and now the people have more say. And they have more value because of things like this, because of crypto, because of the internet. I mean, we're now able to go right to the people. That is huge. And the people get to make money with you. To me, that is a game changer.
Huge game changer. How is this being planned to be distributed out? Is this going to be like in a normal movie theater? Across the country, or are you guys going to focus primarily on over streaming, or are you guys going to do something more creative, given the fact that this is a very revolutionary type of film and idea? Do you guys have revolutionary ways to distribute it?
It's a great idea, because I didn't even go down that path, but I am seeing that there are very different ways to distribute things now, which is very much, I'm always interested in what's new. We do have a streamer already interested. From the script, from literally meeting me in the script. It was like, I want to buy it. Tell me when it's done. And we also have interest from some other people. would really like to see what happens on the circuit of like going to festivals. I would love to see and go down that path, because in the when you go to freshkillsfilm.com, there's a whole list of things you can read about the background, and there's a place where you can see comparable films, and some of the comparable films are right in our price range between like 2.5 and 5 million, and some of those films went on to make 80 million. So that's from going to a festival, and then all of a sudden the buzz again. Where does the buzz come from? Because it goes to a festival and the people go, love that. That's what happens, and that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in the people and what they want to see and what they want to hear, and then let that go up from there. And that would be ideal.
Absolutely. I heard you guys mention metaverse a couple times. Have you guys considered maybe debuting in any kind of way in a metaverse or in VR or any kind of method like that?
That would be insane. That would be so insane.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, we work with some of the biggest players in the metaverse, so that's certainly something that we would be open-minded to and exploring. I think it's the future. We just saw Facebook announce that they're getting involved with it, with even changing the name and then hiring 10,000 people. So it's definitely the future, and this, since it's being financed by basically the metaverse, if you will, it makes sense that there should be screened there too. At least definitely the NFTs will be screened there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Are there other projects that you guys want to take on through Horizon or help raise funds for through Upstream in the future, or that you guys have slated or anything along those lines?
We absolutely do. So Horizon was built, as I said, we're a national securities exchange. What that means is that we can sell securities of all types. What I've always found is that consumer, entertainment, hospitality has always been the key drivers. We have some really great partners and members of our team. Armando Perez, aka Mr. Worldwide, Pitbull, is one of our strategic advisors in our music division. We also work with Timbaland and Gary Morella over at Beat Club. Tim just launched his own NFT this week. It's a series that allows beats to be combined together. And what we've been able to figure out is the ability to monetize music royalties. So to allow artists to be able to have fans own the music that they listen to and be able to get those returns and trade it as a stock and be able to get the dividends that come. You listen to the music, you might as well get paid for it. It's the same concept, again, like what we're doing with Jen, where you're going to watch the film, everyone's going to get a chance to be a part of it, and you get paid through dividends by owning it. So we're seeing things in that. We're working on some other films. We're working on some music royalties that will be coming out in the next few weeks. And the other thing that we've worked on, and this is one of the things, Jen was somewhat of the inspiration behind it, was that when we talk NFTs, everybody that seems to get the attention are the ones that are selling for millions of dollars, some of them even for tens of millions. But how many people in the world really can afford that? We are working with a lot of talent and a lot of musicians and bands. And when I talk to them, I say, how many, because the first thing that everyone wants to do is sell a $2 million NFT. And that's great. But I said, how many people in the audience can actually afford a $2 million NFT? And the answer is not very many. But how many people can afford a $40 NFT, where it's more of a digital merchandise? It's the ability to be, it's like getting a concert t-shirt. So you'll see a lot of that going on with us, being able to allow the everyday people. It's great to own a Ferrari and it's great to sell 3 Ferraris, but I'd rather sell 1 million Volkswagen, because the Volkswagens allow everybody to be a part of the movement. And when you look at Fresh Kills and you come into the app, you'll see that we offer for $25, you can be a part of a movement. You can then buy something a little bit more and get some more perks with it. But we've made it so it's not just the Wall Street elite or the wealthy people that get a chance, it's everyone. And that's what Upstream's all about. And working with Jen, we've been able to hone that message to really democratize everyone, to let them have their equal chance.
I think that's very, very well put. I love it. I personally want to buy an NFT, and I'm sure there are other people that will want to buy NFTs as well. Where do you go to buy one?
So the best place to start is go to freshkillfilms.com. Okay. Freshkillsfilm.com. And that way it will direct you. If you're American, you can go in one direction and participate and buy the NFTs. If you're not in the United States, you can click the other button and be able to buy into the opportunities and get the NFTs. But it's available to everyone, or you can download the app. It's Upstream. It's available on Google, on Apple, on Amazon. You can use it on your desktop. You can use it directly from your phone, and it's very easy to do. And just have your a few little bits of KYC information, your driver's license, passport, and you're good to go.
Got it. How can
it's
people?
like any.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, it's like, you know, when you signed up for Stash or Robinhood or Coinbase, it's the same kind of thing. And I'm really excited for you to see these NFTs. Like I said, they're really special. When Mark saw them, he was like, oh, this is like real art. They're so special, and they'll give you a feel of the movie, which is really fun. And the exciting part here also is, like, we haven't even announced the cast yet, and it's already doing well. We haven't announced the cast. We haven't, we could have something up our sleeve. Who knows? I don't know, but there's things that will help and make that even more, worth something. So it's just a really exciting way to do this.
Yeah, I'm stoked about this. How can people, follow this journey? Do they just go to the website? Do you have social media pages for this? Where should people go?
Yeah, they can definitely follow me, Jay Esposito, on Instagram and on Twitter. And we also have Fresh Kills Film, which I'm updating all the time. But I'm also I'm very new on TikTok, but I'm trying. I'm always updating. But during the movie, like, as soon as we start going into it, I have someone who's literally going to be like taking behind the scenes and stuff like that. So it's going to be so much fun. And like Mark said, we'll be able to get NFTs straight off the set, which is, and in 18 minutes, it's like, it's already done.
18 seconds. 18
seconds. Sorry.
It's that
18
fast.
seconds. So you'll have it's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, you can definitely follow me, and also Fresh Kills Film. Fresh Kills Film.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, Jennifer, Mark, thank you guys both for taking the time to come on the show and really explain, what you guys are doing with Fresh Kills and NFTs and blockchain. This is very exciting. I think this is going to be a huge milestone for film, for actors and actresses, and for blockchain too, especially in the US. It's very exciting. Very, very exciting.
Yeah. Thank you, Brandon. We're excited too, and I'm excited for you to go and look at the site, as well as your listeners.
Yeah, Brandon, you might even be in the movie. We'll get to meet on set.
Maybe. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.